The narrative of a company moving into the modern period might be full of exaggeration, but not for the Fulton Fish Market in New York City, which has been operating since 1822. As the nation's largest and second oldest continuously operating fish market, Fulton Fish Market has quietly been brought into the digital age by a privately held startup that's been pouring millions into securing an exclusive deal to sell fish from the historic market online through partnerships with Walmart's Jet.com, Boxed, and food delivery platform Goldbelly, among others. The question is, how is it all done? And is it actually good? Let's find out. At midnight, the shore of Hunts Point, where the Bronx meets the East River, comes alive. Crew unload up to 1 million pounds of fish from shipping containers and haul them into the new Fulton Fish Market, a 700,000 square foot warehouse that replaced the original Fulton Fish Market, which operated in Lower Manhattan from 1822 until it was shuttered in 2005 and moved to the Bronx. Seafood enters the market from fisheries throughout the Atlantic coast and across the globe, where it enters a system that, according to Mike Spindler, CEO of the firm FultonFishMarket.com, actually hasn't altered or updated in several hundred years. Although it may seem such at first glance, the digital Fulton Fish Market is not the definitive online resource for the new Fulton Fish Market. The market itself is a cooperative that is made up of 24 distinct major fish wholesalers, owned by many generations of the same family. These wholesalers have been in business for decades, and some of them have been in business for more than a century. They sell their products to merchants and restaurants throughout the New York region. The digital Fulton Fish Market is a separate business. It's a startup that picks out and sells fresh, sustainable fish from these wholesalers and sends it to restaurants and consumers all over the U.S. One of the company's selling points is how quickly it can respond to customer needs. Orders placed in San Francisco will arrive at their destination in the same amount of time as those made in New York. Although Fulton Fish Market sometimes offers fish for sale, the majority of their seafood is delivered fresh. It's basically the Amazon of fish, and the importance of introducing data and technology to the fishing business cannot be understated. From a booth in the Bronx warehouse, Fulton Fish Market distributes its wares. As Spindler puts it, anything that comes to our stand goes from 2000 BC to the 21st century in the blink of an eye. Most of the fish that arrived at the old Fulton Fish Market was tagged by hand, transferred to the sellers who processed it, and then distributed to buyers. In comparison, the new Fulton Fish Market is heavily focused on technology. Spindler gives the example of picking Atlantic Sea Base for distribution by the company. On any given night, Atlantic Sea Base may arrive at the market around midnight from 10 distinct landing ports spread over 5 states. Quality control executives at the company hand-pick fish from suppliers and transport it to the new venture's part of the fish market. There, the weight, temperature, and source data including the boat, loading dock, and capture method for each fish are logged in the startup's proprietary system, and the fish are tagged with the barcode that provides the aforementioned parameters, along with the destination of the fish and the route. After that, the fish is placed in cooler boxes, given labels, and transported to the airport. Most of the flights that Fulton Fish Market uses leave between 6 and 7 a.m. To get the fish there on time, it has to depart the market at 4 a.m. The whole process of selection, recording, and delivery take around 4 hours, but it is intended to provide customers with a better knowledge of the sources and impacts of their purchase. The sustainability and effect of each species of fish is evaluated on websites such as Seafood Watch by looking at the techniques of capture, location, and environmental situations. The possibilities are then organized into the categories of best, good, and avoid accordingly. According to Seafood Watch, wild black sea bass taken in the mid-Atlantic area of the United States is the best option for minimal environmental impact and resulting in minimum bycatch of other species. However, black sea bass collected in the same location by otter trawl should be avoided because the catch practices hurt both other species and the marine environment. Emerson Brown, a spokesman for Seafood Watch, tells Fast Company that knowing the technique of capture and the precise location of the harvest is essential for customers seeking to make an educated choice about how to buy sustainable seafood. All that information is available on the website, but not until after a customer has placed an order, making it difficult to choose the most environmentally friendly option. Spindler explains the reason. The available seafood on any given day may be selected from one dock versus another, or one boat versus another because it's fresher. What that means is that the boat, dock, catch method, and fishery won't be known until we actually select the fish for your order. However, the overarching goal of the firm, according to Spindler, is to provide customers with just those fish that have been collected using techniques that have minimal negative effect on the environments of the areas in which they are caught. Spindler also hopes the startup re-energizes the Bronx facility. According to Spindler, while the resources available at the Fulton Fish Market are enormous, every year more than 200 million pounds of fish, representing about 6,000 species and having a worth of $1 billion, pass through the warehouse. It reflects a way of business that is gradually becoming extinct. More than 90% of the fish eaten in the United States is brought in from other countries over an untraceable supply chain that can stretch for more than 5,000 miles. Fish that travel along it are frozen or packed into cans. Few efforts are made to document, certify, or standardize the fishery, and a significant portion of the catch is marketed without proper licensing. In turn, the United States ships out around 1/3 of the seafood that is harvested domestically, and the complex worldwide supply chain continues to function. The goal of Fulton Fish Market is to provide an alternative to that system by giving priority to fish that are taken in U.S. waters. Both farmed and wild-caught fish and shellfish are controlled by state and federal authorities such as the United States Department of Agriculture and the Environmental Protection Agency. The company also obtains part of its fish from farms located in other countries. However, these farms must have a track record of engaging in environmentally responsible methods. One such farm is Bakkafrost in the Faroe Islands, which feeds its salmon non-GMO food and does not administer any antibiotics to the animals. By guaranteeing that consumers in local areas have access to fresh fish, the new Fulton Fish Market will help Americans gradually increase the portion of fish they consume in their diets. The United States is serving as a beta test market for this e-commerce-based form of fish distribution, which Spindler claims has international potential. As Spindler puts it, we know where it was caught, we know the vessel, and we know how it was caught for everything sold on their consumer website. If it's aquaculture farmed, we know the types of pens it was raised in and the density in the pens. We know whether GMO feed was used or not. If it's on our consumer site, it's not. We know whether antibiotics were used. If it's on our consumer site, they're not. Consumers and restaurateurs alike can shop for fish on the digital platform, and the site supports a concept Spindler calls community-supported fisheries, in which a group of people can place an order and then each get a portion of the freshest catch of the day, as determined by the quality assurance director of the business. For now, the new Fulton Fish Market is still in its infancy, so its reach is limited. For the American fish industry as a whole, they are a blip on the radar, Spindler adds. The firm, however, has seen its business grow by a factor of 4 in the last year and now pulls in millions annually. This is a good indicator for future expansion, but what will ultimately determine success is quality.